What is going on, governors? Chisgule here, and today we're going to talk about how to teleport in Rise of Civilizations. But first up, let's just quickly review the types of teleports that you might need to use. First up is the random teleport, which takes you literally to a random location on the map. This to me seems like something you would use only if you don't have any crystals to buy a better teleport and you're in a true crisis situation. Next up is the Territorial Teleport, which takes you somewhere within your alliance's territory. And the most powerful teleport is the Targeted Teleport, which takes you anywhere on the map that is an okay place to actually put your city. And there are, in fact, some rules about where you can put a city, which we'll talk about in just a second. So let's show you how to actually use one of these teleports. I'm going to zoom out from my town. And let's say I want to go just somewhere very close by. And I'm going to use I'm going to go somewhere a little further because you never teleport that close to where your current location is. Let's say I wanted to go somewhere down here. It's looking kind of crowded over here. You zoom in close enough to where you want to go that you can see your items menu. You go in to the others section. You select the type of teleport you want to use. In this case, I want to be using a territorial teleport, and I hit use. Now you can see I happen to pick a place that the game thinks is okay for me to go because my town is shown with a green circle around it. However, if I needed to move it, or if I wanted to be somewhere slightly different than this first place that it's showing me, if you tap and hold, you can drag your city to different locations that you might want to teleport to. And it shows you the areas that you cannot go to because there's something else that is too close. Things that might block your going somewhere include other player cities, even player cities that are from your alliance, buildings such as flags and resource points, as well as barbarians. That includes barbarian huts. Now, if I wanted to go to this location, I would hit teleport and it would take me there. But in order to do that, you have to have all of your scouts and armies back in your town. Now, you'll notice that the second I start to move outside of my alliance's territory, which is marked off by this orange-reddish color, it turns into a targeted teleport automatically. So be careful if you're placing somewhere on the edge of your alliance's territory that you use the right type of teleport. Now, as I was mentioning, a targeted teleport lets you go anywhere. You can see my alliance has a lot of territory here. If I go somewhere way far away from where I currently am, I can zoom in, get the item menu, go to others, I can select the targeted teleport, hit use. It's telling me there's something nearby that's blocking me. In this case, it's barbarians. In this case, I'm not sure what's the obstacle. Please occupy the pass along the way before teleporting. Okay, so worth mentioning, and this probably is not relevant for the super early game, but because both of these passes are owned by another player, I cannot use the targeted teleport to get to that other region in the game. So I can teleport, however, somewhere within the region that I am within. So if I now use that targeted teleport item, I can find a place and go there. Now, for most players, you're going to be using your teleports in the beginning game to get to your alliance. If that is the case, you probably want to use a territorial teleport. And let me help show you what kind of place I would pick if you're trying to find a really good spot within your alliance's territory. Now, you'll notice here, in my alliance, there is a huge cluster of people in this center area and in this area off to the side. Now, if I were trying to find a place that is really good to be, While it's nice to be that close to your alliance members, you probably would want to be on the edge of where everybody is because you're going to be farming these resource nodes, which you can see I've got my heroes at, or commanders at. There's 3 of them out there currently, and a 4th just below. And if you're too close to all your other alliance members, like these guys are down here, you can see there's not very many resource nodes for them to share, and they've probably got to go a really long way in order to get to them. The other thing I will be thinking about when you're choosing a location to teleport to is how the resource density is near where you want to go. So you can see in the upper left, when you zoom out enough, it gives you a menu where you can select to see your alliance boundaries, the exploration markers on the map, the resource nodes, and other markers that have been placed. So I want to select the resource view, and I'm going to zoom out. And the darker the color means the darker the color, the more rich that area is with resources. Now, what does more rich mean? It means that you will see resource nodes with higher resource density. So, for instance, this is a level 5 stone deposit, and someone's farming it, but so you can't see how many it started with. But these level 5 deposits have way more resources in them when they kick off than, let's say, a level 2 deposit. And you will find more of these level 4, 5, and 6 deposits in the really rich areas than you will in the low resource density areas. And so, for perspective, if I show you my alliance markers, so I originally placed within my alliance territory, but close to this sanctum over here. And it was really nice to be near the sanctum, because I could head over there to farm the protectors of the sanctum. I could head over there to pick up these little buffs, which are kind of nice, and we'll talk about those more in depth in another video. But the problem with being in that area is that the resource density is only so-so compared to the resource density where I am now. The other problem with being really far away from the rest of your alliance is that it's hard to participate in rallies. Rallies are where your alliance sends a large army that forms up at your rally city before going out somewhere to either attack an enemy or attack a barb hut or to occupy a position. So you want to be relatively close to your alliance members, but far enough away that you can get lots of good resource nodes. I mostly have these resource nodes up here, all to myself, which is fantastic. So with all of that said, if you have any questions about how to use a teleport or where you might want to teleport to, send me a message or put a comment in, and I'd be happy to address it. And if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about, let me know. Otherwise, like, share, and subscribe if this was helpful, and I will see you next time.